3. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
we
We're
are
back.
We're
back.
back.
Yes.
Go back.
Okay. What? Huh?
Oh, thank you
What
everyone for
happened?
participating. Oh, what happened? Someone has lost what happened. We just wanted to be, more energetic because it's in the afternoon, so it's not going to be easy trying to stay awake. I understand your situation. I was in your situation before. I usually wanted to sleep too, but let's
Ezreena,
not
Ezreena,
because
excuse me,
yes.
sorry. Okay, can we
Ah,
do it again because our technical team would like to record the session.
okay,
The,
can
the,
we
the,
have them to turn on the camera as well if you
everyone,
can?
please turn on the camera and also
Come
turn
on.
on your
This
mic.
is the one moment we want to turn on the camera. We want
Yeah,
to
we want to
take our
record
moment.
your photos, your beautiful face together with
Yes, now
our
I can see till I just
presenter.
worry.
Yeah.
Shazlin. Hi, Shazlin. I'm glad you're without the snake. Hi, Nazira. Okay. Is
Okay.
everyone okay? Ready
You
now?
ready?
Can we?
You ready? Okay, technical is ready. They want to record. Okay. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Yes.
Yes,
We are
yes,
Yes.
we're
back.
back.
We're ready.
Woohoo!
Big clap, big clap. Okay, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Panjumi. Thank you, everyone, for your attention. You have been so wonderful throughout this session. I just want to continue again tomorrow. Who's with me? No, no one. No. Okay, Panjumi, tomorrow our session together. Dash is joining. Okay, Rizwan. Okay, nice.
Come to
I go.
PolyCC from Prague.
I'm going there. Once the restriction is lifted, I will be there. Inshallah. One
I'm
day.
going to spa tomorrow.
Okay, don't disturb Miss Aida. She's going to spa tomorrow. Everyone, do not text her tomorrow. Okay. All right, everyone. So now, I hope everyone has freshened up a bit. So the last session, what I want to do is actually, I want to share with you all. Not that my part of sharing, you have to share with me what you have gotten so far. I know it's very short time, but at least try and practice so I can see whether you get it or not and which area that we can improve together. So I hope you open up your heart and together give me the cooperation so we learn together. Do not be embarrassed. Do not be embarrassed because everyone is learning here. So if we make a mistake, just redo, just come up, just repeat whatever you want to say. So then we will learn together. If not, without mistakes, then we cannot be better. Okay. So now actually, I wouldn't want to lecture some more on the slides. I do have slides on how to be a good news anchor because it's the same thing like the one I shared earlier, but this one is like in the studio. Who's that? Okay, all right. So in this session, basically, if you can just scroll along the slides very quickly so that everyone just, okay. So basically, you already know the news anchor is the news presenter or news reader or newscaster or simply an anchor or anchor woman. So, and the one that presents the news, whether broadcasting from a small local station or the primetime broadcast. Okay, you already know about that, right? And the next slide, basically, just now I'm sharing you with how to be a good news presenter, like overall, like your attitude and everything, your voice and your posture and your body language. But this one is like in the studio. So it's how you carry yourself, how you want to be comfortable. A good one, you have to be comfortable in front of the camera. You have to be friend with the camera. In the earlier years when I was started to read the news, I was not comfortable at all. I was scared, I was nervous, I didn't know whether I was doing all right or wrong. So when you are not comfortable, it can be seen in your face. So whatever I'm presenting, it wasn't as good as I'm doing it after a few years after I become comfortable, which is why it's very important to actually fall in love with your studio, with your set, to like your area so that it will help you to deliver better. And so when you are a newsreader, anything can happen at one time. What if when you are reading the news, the visual gone off, the teleprompter doesn't work? So what should you do? Which is why you always have to think on your feet. You always have your script on your head that whatever happens, you would know how to react. Usually we don't. We are terkejut as well. So, how to cover or recover from your shock is you have to know how to, okay, just 1 2 seconds and then you move on. You have to act fast and move on fast. And that will be a practice for you. So the next slide is, if we can go to see, the best news anchors and live reporters make their work look easy, but it isn't. Yes, it is. It is not easy, because whatever happens, it was only us know about it. But we want to present the things like it doesn't look so difficult at all for you all to understand the news, and always have the knowledge base. What makes you different from a newsreader, a newsreader that read the news, or the newsreader that actually know about the news, is depending on the knowledge. And especially if you are a journalist, so it will help you to understand more. Not that I'm saying someone who is not a journalist doesn't present the news better or good, but it's just like when you are a journalist, you have that extra advantage. All right. And the ability to process new information. So when you are reading the news, everything is live. Is You are the only person, sitting in front of the camera. So whatever happening in behind the earpiece, the one in the studio, people don't know about it. So you have to be controlled, even though they are shouting in your earpiece, say, hey, okay, cut, we don't have this, we don't have that. You will hear that, but you have to be very like, nothing happened. Okay. But the fact is, you are nervous as well, but you don't show it to the people. That's how you be a good news anchor. If you can move on to the next slide. And as a news anchor, you have to have your ethical and compass, which means that you have the ethics and the sensitivity towards the story that you presented. You must take you have this big responsibility, where that all the news that you have presented are correct, and then you have studied and researched about it, and all the visuals and the words that might cause panic among the viewers. So you have this ethical compass in you to know what to do, what not to do, what is right, what is not right. And you have to have command of the language. If you are doing in Malay, probably it is easier because we are speaking the language. So it is not as difficult as speaking in English, because we are not born an English. We didn't have that, it's not our mother tongue, but we can learn, and we can learn, and we can practice, and we can become better. And then I'm going fast because I want you to practice reading the news for me. So being a good news anchor, for the next slide, is actually the mastery of multitasking. So you able to do simultaneously. Like for instance, you hear your earpiece, your producer is saying something, while you actually scanning your script, reading about it, or to listen like what's happening on the technical stuff, or probably the cameraman was talking to you because of something. So you have to multitask. You have to be able to compose yourself, even though the world is falling from you. What if we had a bomb scare before in our studio? People There was an anonymous person called and said that there was a bomb in Sri Pentas. It was super scary because, hello, it's a bomb. I don't want to die yet. So what happened? I didn't remember what year was it, but it was quite scary. And we went out from the office rushing, with like a fire drill kind of situation. And then they checked it was a fake false alarm. So luckily it wasn't a bomb. If not, I wouldn't be speaking here. I would be probably buried underneath the rubbles. So let's hope that's not going to be happen, because life is, interesting to live, right? Okay, then although when you said newsreader, we don't do the talk show much, but we do have a talk show under our news production. So it's important to be able to have interviewing finesse, where it's an instinct. What talking to your guests, you would know. You have to gauge the feeling of your guest. You have to make them comfortable to talk on TV, on air, because even though you are nervous too, they are even more nervous than you, because they are not doing it every time, or most of the time. So you have to have the sense of common sense, or the sense of feeling, and to be able to identify whether they are comfortable or not. If they're not, make them comfortable, or you can compliment them. It's not wrong to compliment someone on screen. It's not like we're getting married with them tomorrow. It's more like to make them more at ease. So you're like a host. When people come to your house, you want people to be more comfortable because you want them to be at ease. It's just something like that. All right. So, and if the ability to study first, to research all the questions, how to ask a good question, how to make their answers a good follow-up question. So you have to have the interviewing finesse. So it's not easy, but it can be done through practice. All right. If we can move on to the next slide. Okay. So then again, to be a good news presenter or news anchor, you have to have the appreciation of all roles. You have to understand your task, the technology that go into the execution of a broadcast is a very long procedure, is a procedure that has so many people involved, so many things around, and the ability to roll with changes and glitches. So what if it happen A, you do B, if it happens something with B, you add to C. So you have to be very quick and fast. You have to have the ability to switch, and even though you're sad sometimes when you go on air, but you don't let people to know that. So you just, it's okay. Now you move. You're very fast on that. Maybe because of some time, then you get used to it. Probably in the earlier years, then I was a bit slower and a bit, because it's still new, right? So you must know that whatever you do in your life, everything will be easier after some time because you get to train yourself. And the acute sense of timing, because you have to know that we have duration. If it's too long, too much talking, too much jabbering, and what, you have to cut it off. So you have to always be on time, alert. So when it said, oh, okay, you have only 10 minutes, so you make sure you have 10 minutes. So you have to be up to keep up with the time. You have to be fast, and you know how to deal and control about it. All right, so I'm done with all these goodness presentations. What I want to do now, can I have anyone to ask me a question, whether you understand or you don't understand throughout this session, and what makes you, or are you scared or are you nervous, or what do you think? Can anyone share with me, and so at least I know how to deal with your situation or problem. Now, anyone who wants to start the ball rolling? Okay, one person raise their hand. Can I have Lavinia? Yay, good job for the first person. No one likes to be the first one. I don't like it too.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, Miss. I'm Lavanya here.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to share my experience for this newscasting. This is very new experience for me. So once I have been selected after the audition, I have been going through some of practices with my coach. Madam Ida is my coach for newscasting. Uh,
Ah, that's nice.
yeah, so I had an interview, not interview session. It's like a talk show. So we conducted a talk show, but I feel a difficulty. Like for example, I would be asking questions, right? So I kind of feel that silence movement, silent that awkward session during the talk show. So it's like I don't know when to approach my guest. Like kind of not comfortable to me also, and also my guest. I do feel like my guest should be more comfortable. So I really want to know the tips on how to avoid this um, silence in talk show.
All right. So this talk show that you are doing, right? Is it like a recorded version, or is it like live, or how is it being done? Is it a competition, or how is it?
No, it was like a practice session. So first talk show,
Okay.
I went through for two practices, which is a talk show with my friend under the accomplishment team. So the talk show with my friend was like a very jamming session. I had a very comfortable time there because I know her. So I could ask her the questions very easily, and I gave a lot of compliments and all those things. But when it comes to a person which my coach she came up with a person, um, so it was like I don't know him much, so I have that kind of nervousness and all those things. That is maybe a reason too. So I would like to ask about the tips.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your question, Lavinia. All right. The thing is, you cannot always know your guest, right? So it's always a challenge when you discover or you meet someone that you don't know for the first time, or someone that you haven't talked before. So when you're doing the talk show, right? I believe if you have time, if you have time, you talk to that person before the talk show session, if you can. If it's in real life situation talk show, we get to meet the guests first. So when you talk and you speak with them, it becomes more natural because they are comfortable with you. Like for the first time we haven't met, right? So you would not know how to react with me. I would not know how to react with you because I don't know you yet. So if you get time, if you get the opportunities, talk to them before the show. Just a small talk, like how are you, sir? How are you, madam? Is it? Oh, you're wearing a nice hijab. Where did you get it? Oh, I wonder why. Is it Muslim wear hijab most of the time, or what happened? Things like that. You can, or maybe if you don't want to touch on the sensitive question, you can just, what do you think of the situation now, or what do you think of something, some small issue, some small things to talk about, just to make yourself comfortable, just to make yourself feel at ease as well. I know it's nervous, it's not easy. I'm nervous too. But the way to reduce the nervousness is to actually get to know your guests earlier. Or if you don't have the opportunity, so what we can do is you get to know them on the set. You set the situation and you ask the question. It's not a problem to ask them like, so hi, I'm Lavinia. I'm going to be here today talking about the issues of women as the leadership empowerment or something like that. So the person, so ma'am, I believe that women has to be someone who will be in touch of everything. So what do you think about it? Or if you want to go straight with the topic, or you can just small talk with them first, like, ma'am, I think you're looking very nice with the color of your shoes. Is that where you get it? Wow, you will look good on TV. Something like that. A compliment always works because who doesn't like to be complimented? I mean, but make it sincere, don't fake it, because then you have to find something is actually outstanding but nice. So when you ask question, be actually genuine about it. Like you really want to know. Like Lavinia, I can see that you have a very beautiful hair. Did you blow it every day? How do you do about it? Because my hair is quite thin. How do you do? So then the person will talk about it. Then you feel at ease because you talk to the person. Take something that is obvious and that you can talk about but genuine. Don't fake it, like the person is not for instance, I'm sorry if I'm not slim, for instance, but don't go and, you're very slim. Why you do that? It is not nice because the person knows about it and it sounded offensive. So touch on something else. There are a lot of things to talk about. So feel at ease. You feel at ease by getting to know the person. Is that answering your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
I hope you will have a better chance and better opportunities to do. You can do it. Trust yourself. You can. You already have a good voice. You already have a good look. Just one step to get to know more about in this business. All right. So now, anyone else wants to share with me? Thank you for your sharing the session with me. Anyone else wants to ask questions? Oh, we got claps. Usually, like for me, right, I like to be friendly. Not that I like to be friendly, because I like when a person is at ease with me, so I want them to feel comfortable. So that will help me in terms of if I'm doing a talk show or if I'm in an on air or something. So they will feel at ease and it will get easier for me to conduct the show or something. So anyone else wants to go with it before we can practice? What what worries you? Tell me, what worries you? What makes you not confident? What makes you feel inferior? I want everyone at least get the benefit from this session. It's not because of, it's for you. So you take this opportunity and learn. We learn together. Okay, now, can I have anyone else? Has everyone eaten today or puasa already? Safura, okay. Tila, guess worry. Can I see you?
I'm okay.
Okay. So yes, can I have you, Tila, guess worry? I hope I pronounce it right.
Yes. Okay. Actually, ma'am, there's just one doubt that I don't feel like very nervous or like that whenever I'm reading news or something, whenever I'm doing practice all. But how about the pronunciation? I really have that problem with that. Whenever I'm reading something or like reading news, I really have that pronunciation problem. I miss
Mm-hmm.
one or two words, even though it's very a simple word. I missed that word.
You mispronounce the words or you
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
the words?
Mispronounce and also
It,
miss the word sometimes.
okay. For instance, in the script, right? Is it English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when we mispronounce words is because we don't study the script beforehand. Did you study the scripts before?
Yes, ma'am. But even though I'm
Or you thought it
studying,
was the right one?
sorry, ma'am.
So when you study the script, did you check on the pronunciation?
Yeah, whenever I'm whenever I'm like practicing, it is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't miss any word or any
Ah,
mispronunciation.
okay.
Whenever I'm doing like kind of video or like audition, sometimes means I miss the words or mispronunciation. That kind of things are like happening. So how to avoid
Okay. So when
that
you
kind of thing?
mispronounce, mm-hmm. Okay, were you nervous when you do that? That makes you
Actually, no.
mispronounce or no nervous? So you just mispronounce.
Yeah.
Okay, that's unique. Because you actually know how to pronounce the words, but then when you do it audition or recording, then you pronounce it wrong. Okay, do you know
Yes.
the word? Which kind of word that makes you pronounce it wrong? I'm trying to
Uh,
understand your situation.
Actually, I don't remember, but I'm sure that's not that much of hard word. It's actually a simple word.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay, can you
mispronounce.
correct it? Like, do you realize you make it wrong, or do you realize it after
Uh, like while doing it.
while doing it? Okay, what you
Yeah.
can do is, if you pronounce it wrong, it's okay. Move on. Say the right one. For
Okay.
instance, like if for instance, if I'm reading this, an understanding of the tasks and technologies, for instance, an understanding of the tasks and technology that go into the execution. So you just correct it um normally, like spontaneously, like you didn't do anything wrong. What's wrong with your ears? I'm saying right. So something like that. So what you can do is correct it the second that you think that you pronounce it wrong. So if you say technologies, you say technology, then you enhance it to make people forget that you did something wrong. What I do if I mispronounce something, I will pronounce the right one with the right intonation, with the right emphasis. So people will listen to the second word rather than they thought that I was pronounced it wrongly in the first one. Do you get me? So
Yeah.
if it's wrong, it's okay. Move on. The thing with reading is move on. It's okay. It's not worth to think it over. You have done it. You have said it. No point of mulling it over. Move on and say the right one. You don't have to say sorry. Go straight away. Just
Okay.
understanding of the tasks and technology that go into the execution of a broadcast. Or maybe you can learn to slow down your reading so you will have time to adjust and to pronounce the words before you tongue twist your lips or your tongue, something like that. I hope it helps.
Yeah, it helped me. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your question. Is there anyone else wants to join me on board? Who is actually is not interested of this news reading talk show or hosting because you think it wasn't for you, it wasn't something that you like, it wasn't your interest, but after this session you feel like, oh, okay, this is not bad, why not explore? Who has that feeling? I hope that someone has seen this. Safura says yes. The raising hand is to ask question, to answer, or to say something. Can you open your
Agreeing
mic?
agreeing with what you say.
You agree with me, Safura?
The
Why
one
you
that
so nice?
uh,
You're the sweetest. Thank
oh,
you. Thank you, Safura, for your interest. I really appreciate it. Ridwan as well.
I never liked talking in front of people, but when I hear you talk, I feel inspired to talk in front of people now.
Oh,
And
that's nice to hear. Thank you, Rizwan. You make me
no, no, no,
happy.
no, no. I want to thank you because you make me want to talk out more. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're
Thank you, miss.
welcome. You're the best. Well, I really appreciate that you were saying these kind of things to me. I really appreciate not that it makes me happy in one way, it makes me happy that you benefit from this session. I want you to be better version of you after the session, after everything, even I don't get to see you in person. I want you to feel the love I have over here and actually transform and get the best for you. I have nothing to lose if you don't get anything, but I feel sad if all for all the 2 days that you don't get or benefit anything from me. So thank you for your feedback. And if is there anyone else who would like to share with me,
Miss,
please. Yes, Afura.
when you first started,
Mm-hmm.
aren't you scared of the camera? Like, I don't like people watching me from the camera. Like, I don't really like taking a photo or like getting myself recorded in a video.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you handle that feeling? How do you get used to the camera?
Okay, Safura, may I know when is your birthday?
8, 18 April.
April 18, you are Aries or
Yes.
you are
Oh, you know
Aries.
horoscope.
Well, I like to understand people based on their horoscope. Not that I believe like 100%,
Oh, I
but
understand.
I always like to learn their personality based on the horoscope. So I think you are like you don't like to be more in front. You are more introvert.
I I like to reading, but at the behind.
Okay, behind the scene, you mean? Okay,
See,
so what makes you don't like to be in on the camera? Are you shy? Are you don't like what you see, or what makes you don't like it?
I don't know. Probably seeing myself on the camera.
You don't like yourself in the camera?
I guess I don't mind seeing myself
Okay.
in the mirror.
Okay, so you don't like to see yourself in the mirror as well?
And not really.
Okay, so Safura, I don't get to see you in person, but I'm sure everyone you see, everyone is beautiful in one way, and everyone has their own strength and weaknesses. So what I can do to you now, what I can do to help you is Safura. If you don't like what you're saying, but don't be like that because if you don't like yourself, then who will? So the key is to actually learn like to like yourself, to love yourself. And if there are things that don't make you happy, change it. Change until you like it. For instance, okay, let me tell you my transformation. I wasn't a I wasn't born confident. I was a kampong girl. I came from Johor, from Pontian, Johor. I live in kampong. I always like to sit at the back of the classroom because I don't like to be called to question. I don't like people to actually. I'm not someone who is very outgoing in the beginning because I don't like people to see me because I think I'm fat. I feel like I'm not pretty enough. Okay, that's kind of the situation before. So slowly I learn what makes me look good, what makes me feel better. So slowly, and then when I think that I've transformed, then I started to like to be in front of the camera. Then I started to learn what looks good on me. Then it makes me more confident. So Safura, my advice is if you want to take my advice, you look into the mirror later and you find out what you don't like. Don't be embarrassed because it's you. Because rugi lah if you don't like yourself, then no one wants to like yourself, right? If you want people to like you have to like yourself first. If you still don't like it, find something that you can change. Change not because you are forced to change. Change because it is good for you. It will benefit you in the future because you will be outstanding. So it will be easier for you in the future in classroom, in the workforce, in when you go for university. So if you are like an easygoing person, usually it gets easier for you. So in life, set your purpose, what you want in life, and change what you don't like. As long as it is for your own good, not because someone asked you to. But this is my my advice because you raised the matters, okay? But I'm sure you are a very wonderful and lovely person. It's just that maybe you don't like it. So find something that and change it. I hope it helps.
Thank you, Miss.
So Fred, don't be sad, okay? I don't want you to be sad because I feel sad too. If anyone
Anyone I
disturbs you, tell me. I'll punch. No, I cannot.
it's okay, I can punch people.
Okay, don't punch people. Okay, can I have anyone else? Nazira, hi Nazira, how can I help?
Hello, hi. I just want to share my
Mm-hmm.
back. Before this, I usually shaking. You know, every time nak record ke apa, I usually shaking, and every time holding a microphone. And then
Mm-hmm.
at the moment I want started to talk, my voice will go slow. I don't know why, but every time I want to start talking with a microphone, my voice automatically slow. I don't know why.
All right. Slow as in slow in the sound or in the pace of slow as in sound. Like,
Yeah, I think it sound.
oh, okay. Understand? Okay, so you want to know how?
Yeah, maybe you have any ideas. Maybe I can overcome it.
Okay,
Maybe.
first. All right. Thank you for your thank you for raising it with me. Okay, now Nazira, since you already opened your camera so I can see you, I see that you are a very beautiful person. So first, you don't have weight issues, right? So you don't have nothing to worry about that. So you have to know your strength. You know your strength. You have a fair skin. Everyone wants a fair skin. No offense to other skin. I'm just saying what's I know I'm just noting on the good things that you have. All right, I want to help you to overcome this. So when you have already that advantage, so use it. Okay. Like for instance, in my situation, I wasn't confident because I don't look good. So I learned how to make up. I learned to make myself better. Then I become more confident. It's the way it works with me. So you find out what is your strength, what are your strengths, and if your weakness is you say your voice becomes slow. So what makes you nervous when you're on air? Are you not confident? Okay, I'm maybe are you not confident on something on your face or something on your presentation? You find it out because if you can reduce what makes you not comfortable, then you can become comfortable when you on air or when you are do recording because there's nothing bothering you, like you have your scripts or you have your words in your head, you wear your nice suit or whatever, you wear your outfit better and you have makeups and everything, your hijab is so pretty. So when you have nothing to worry about, then your recording will become much easier. That's how it works with me. That's how it works because why would I worry? I look good. Just to comfort yourself, right? So if you can put on some makeup, wear a nice hijab and everything, wear a nice clothes, you don't have a weight problems, you can wear anything that will look good on you. Now the girls are so pretty. They are like influencers, right? They are wearing so beautiful clothes and everything. And so you can use that as example, learn how to dress like that or probably something if it can help you to record better, then slowly you become more confident. Usually if I'm not confident because I don't study on the subject so much, so I don't know what to talk about, then it becomes nervous. So the next time if I want to be on air, I study so that it will reduce the point or the things that make me nervous and then make me not performing well during on air. I hope it helps you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Nazira. Thank you for sharing. The fact that you are sharing is you are brave enough. Thank you. I'll be embarrassed and I'll be switching. I'll be not sharing. I'll be quiet, sitting in the corner. I'm like that before. Okay. So is everyone okay? Can we start to practice our script? Then I can see where is your problem in reading the script. If we talk about other things, then I'm afraid that we will not have time. So can we go on and see the scripts? I think everyone is at ease now. All right, thank you, thank you. And for the rest of the students or participants that do not switch on the camera, it's okay. I wouldn't be angry, but I'm sad that I don't get to know you all. I don't get to call out your name. So do not be kecil hati if I don't call out your name because you don't switch on your camera for me. I cannot see you. But then again, I hope you still want to participate and to be better. All right. So can Miss Diana help me to what to okay, before we go on the script, let's just take a look at the video of presenting the news so that we can just warm up and then we can start to practice. Okay, can we maybe play the video 8? Hi Lalita, now I can see you. Is the line breaking or I am the one breaking?
The line is clear, Miss Ezreena.
Oh, okay. So can I see video 8?
Hold on. Diana is working on it.
Thank you, Miss Diana. You are the best.
The opening of the country's borders to foreign tourists will only be decided after Malaysia moves into the COVID-19 endemic phase. Home Minister Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin said the country was currently still in the pandemic phase and its readiness to transition to the endemic phase would be determined by the Health Ministry.
Sebenarnya immigration dah bersedia, PGA pun dah bersedia, kita dah bersedia. Cuma dari segi SOP kita nanti bila fasa endemik itu akan ditetapkan.
Datuk Sri Hamzah said this to reporters after the handover ceremony of the Malaysian Border Control Agency to the police in Bukit Kayu Hitam on Thursday. He also said that permission to cross the country's borders by Malaysians or foreigners would also be subject to the standard operating procedures that would be determined later.
All right, thank you very much for the video. Well, that is how Raymond Go is reading the news. So you can see how at ease he is because he is so used of reading the news that he can just do it, like a blink of an eye. So we want to be maybe something like that, or maybe at least you can read the news as good as a newsreader can. All right, maybe Miss Diana can help me to open scripts example number 1. Is everyone has the script, or we maybe can show from the screen? Okay, what I would like to do is we're going to look at the scripts together, and then I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and I'm going to need at least 5 volunteers to read the scripts with me. All right, so take this opportunity and we will learn together. Do not be shy, okay? Because this is a learning process. Everyone makes mistakes. No one is good than anyone else. All right, so let's see the scripts. This is an example of hard news TV scripts. So we're going to take about 5 minutes and to read it. Or without the screen, do you have it on you? At your own space? All right, if you have that, it'll become easier so that we don't have to scroll the script. Okay, 5 minutes. Just to familiarize with the words, how to pronounce, where to pause, where to enhance. Remember what Mr. Ramzan said, how to have your voice, the gaga voice. All right. Is it the time already? 5 minutes up? Is anyone ready? Any of you who likes to try first? Miracle Heart. Wow. A Miracle Heart. Where are you? Miracle, would you like to try it first?
Hi, Miss Ezreena. Sorry, I couldn't turn on my camera due to some technical issues.
Okay, no problem. But are you a student or the lecturer? Now I
I'm,
have to ask because I'm afraid. Okay, you're the students, all right. What is your name?
my name is Sarinya.
Sarinya.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for being the first to want to do this. Too bad I cannot see you, so I can actually see your expression, but it's okay. Now, would you like to try it out?
All right.
All right.
The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment (WPP) to public higher learning institutions or IPTA students in the October intake. The funds will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor's degree at public universities. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of their expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. This is also to ensure that no student fails to enter higher learning institutions due to financial hardship. It said the WPP given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they applied for admission to higher learning institutions via UPU Online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat (BPR) recipients and they fulfilled the criteria fixed by PTPTN. The WPP would be valid for 2 months from September 24th until November 23rd, and students can cash out the money at any Bank Islam branches nationwide from September 24th by presenting their WPP offer letter and their MyCard.
That was amazing. Seriously, are you a student? You are not a presenter, right?
No, I'm a
Because
student.
because you because you don't switch on your camera. I am curious. You might be a news presenter pretending to be a student now. How can we I'm kidding. Good job. That was a nice one.
Thank
Really?
you.
Are you sure you are here to learn how to read the news? You don't need to learn anymore. Okay. Wow, I'm impressed. I thought that at least I'll be better than you, but I think you are better than me. How is that possible?
No, you're always
Well,
better teacher. We
now
learn a lot from this.
I'm glad that you benefit from it. So your voice is okay. You have a very bass voice. You have a deep voice. You have no problem with that. The language command is okay. You pronounce the word right, and your pausing is okay as well. You pause and enhance and emphasize at a certain words. You done it right. Your intonation. You sounded like you're reading the news like a news presenter. So I have nothing to complain. Okay, then off you go now. You don't need this webinar. Sorry. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for okay. Just one quick touch if you want to be even better. What you can do is you can your reading is okay already, but the pace is a little bit slower if for a news presenter. Just you have to make it a little bit quicker so that it wouldn't it's okay for this kind of phase if you're doing MC or if like a presentation, right? But if reading the news, you have to make it quicker. Like the National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment. So the tempo is a little bit faster but clearer.
All right.
So just make it a little bit faster on the tempo. So then all and everything else is good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
Miss.
good job. All right. Anyone else who would like to try? Okay, till I guess worry. Till I
Yes,
guess
ma'am.
worry.
Can I start, ma'am?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Now, can.
The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment (WPP) to public higher learning institution or IPTA students in the October intake. The fund will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor degrees at their public universities. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of their expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. This is also to ensure that no students fails to enter higher learning institution due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they applied for admission to higher learning institution via UPU online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they have fulfilled the criteria fixed by PTPTN. The WPP would be valid for 2 months from September 24 until November 23rd, and students can cash out their money at any Bank Islam branches nationwide from September 24 by presenting their WPP offer letter and their MyCard.
Well done. It's a good job. Good job. Wow, everyone, you have. I thought I would have more things to say or to comment. You're making my job harder now. So, what we can do to help you become even better? You have a good voice already, no problem at that, and your pace is even faster. So, but just be careful not to stumble on the words because sometimes when we are too fast, we stumble, we fumble. Okay, just I would like you to you have to improve a little bit on your pausing and your intonation. For instance, on the second last paragraph, when you say their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. Or what you can do is actually something like their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. So you have that kind of intonation to make it different from different paragraph. So it wouldn't sound it all the way the same. So your task now is to learn how to give a different kind of intonation at the end of the words, at the end of starting of the paragraph. So that's your homework. And then you become better. All right, good job. Thank you. Thank you, Till. I guess good. Well done. Okay, can I
Okay,
have anyone else to try? Yes, Shazlin.
Can you hear my voice clearly or not?
Yes. I cannot see your face. Okay, now I can. I can see. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Can you, before you start, can you try to the kagaha thing and make your voice even bigger? Okay, let's try.
Reading the script.
Yes.
The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment (WPP) to public higher learning institution of IPTA students in the October intake. The fund will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue the bachelor's degree at public universities. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of the expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. Scroll down. I can't see the screen.
This is also to ensure that no student fails to enter higher learning institution due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they apply for admission to higher learning institution via UPU Online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. The WPP would be valid for 2 months from September 24 until November 23rd, and students can cash out the money at any Bank Islam branches nationwide from September 24th by presenting the WPP operator and their MyTag.
All right, good job. Well done. Okay, now, are you feel better after presenting it? Do you like it?
I'm nervous.
Well, who is not nervous? Okay, good job. You already have your way of pronouncing it, your way of presenting it. It sounded like you were reading the news already. It's just that your voice is a little bit smaller. So I would like you to learn how to voice to project your voice so that it will help you to have a bigger voice, because it's okay to have this cute voice, but in reading the news, it has to be more firm, because you don't want people to make to they want you want people to actually take you more serious. So your voice has to be more bigger, and it has to be more bass than that. But you already sounded, and your intonation and everything, so it's okay. So it's always like that. We always have one thing that we have to improve. So don't take this as a criticism, but take this as to improve more. And I hope that you will learn and actually practice on the voice projection techniques, because it will really help you. Because I have a small voice, and but I get to overcome that. So I want you to overcome it too. Can you do it for me, Shazlin? The rest are okay. Your pronunciation, your language, there's no problem with that. Okay, Shazlin is missing, I think, but I hope
Okay.
some. Okay, thank you, Shazlin, for your A effort. Good job. Do I have Lalita?
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Lalita. Are
Yes.
you ready?
Hi. Yes.
You have a very beautiful smile over there. Okay, now.
Okay. The first one, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll it up, ma'am. I can see.
Can you view the script now?
Cannot, ma'am. Cannot.
Cannot.
Okay. Now can.
Okay. If you. Okay. All right.
Let us start, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Please.
The National Higher Education found corporate PTPTN as announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 billion ringgit worth of loan advance payment WPP to public higher learning institution or IPTA student in October intake. The funds will benefit 33,487 students who will purchase their bachelor degree at the public university. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of their expenses as they are preparing to enter the IPTA. Down one, ma'am.
Can you see Lalita?
Cannot, ma'am.
I think maybe you do have
Okay.
a problem with your internet connection there.
Now can, ma'am. Now
All right.
can. This is also to ensure that one student fails to enter a high learning institution due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they applied for admission to higher learning institution via UPU online or the IPTE. Their parents and guardians must be Bantuan Perhatian Rakyat BPR reservation and fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. The WPP would be valued for the 2 months from September 24th until November 23rd, and the students can cash out the money at any Bank Islam branches notified from September. The last one, scroll back. 24th by presenting the WPP offer letter and their my card. Thank you.
Uh, All right, well done, Lalita. Thank you for volunteering to try to read the news. I'm sorry that your line is quite breaking, so I hope it doesn't disturb your determination to try. All right, now, first of all, congratulations for reading the news for me. Okay, now, it sounded like you are in a hurry. Are you in a hurry to go somewhere? It sounded like you're too fast.
I think
Okay,
my
with
line
your
is
face.
also.
Yeah, true. I think so. But what you can do is that the next time you want to read, just slow it a little bit down. Just slow down a little bit. Take your time. Present it like you really want them to understand. Don't make it sound like you want to finish fast so that everyone can get over and done with. So it sounded like if I hear it, it sounded like you are catching something, you're rushing to somewhere. So maybe just try to slow down a little bit, take time to pause, and just and careful on some of the pronunciation. All right, because you are presenting the news, you have to be very correct when presenting it. All right.
Okay.
Okay, with that beautiful smile of yours, you can go way long in this business industry. Just learn more and try to improve some of the areas that I've mentioned. Okay, good
Thank you.
job, Lalita.
Thank you.
Your voice is okay. Good job. All right.
Okay.
Do I have more people to try?
Miss
Come on, you have
Ezreena,
seen.
we'll go
Yes,
with
yes.
Kalaimani first.
Hi, Miss Kalaimani. Are you ready?
Hi, Miss Ezreena. I'm quite
No,
nervous. So first
it's
time.
okay. It's natural.
Uh,
Nervous.
one minute.
Be nervous. Okay, take your time and start whenever you are ready.
Is my line is okay?
Or
Wait.
can we? Okay, just a quick one. I think we can cut the last paragraph. Cut off the last paragraph because if not, we are taking many people and it out. So the last paragraph, if Kalamani hear me, you don't have to read it. Just fill the paragraph. Okay, at the last. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Perkhidmatan Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
can I
right.
start? Anyway, if my line break,
Yes.
I will just stop it. Okay.
Okay.
The National Higher Education Fund Corporation PTPTN has announced on Saturday that it will be offer our 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment WPP to public higher learning institutions or IPTA students in the October intake. The funds will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor's degree at public universities. PTPTN in statements said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of their expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. This is also to ensure that no student fails to enter higher learning institutions due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they apply for admission to higher learning institutions via UPU online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. Thank you.
All right. Good job. Congratulations for trying out. Okay. How you feel about it? No more, less
I
nervous?
think I think more
Okay.
nervous. I just rushed out.
Okay, no problem at all. Thank you for trying. To try is even harder, actually. So, okay, you have to work on your voice a little bit. You have to learn how to use your diaphragm to make your voice a little bit bass and deeper. And the way you pronounce some words, so you have to be very careful, like criteria or via, for instance. There are things that you can emphasize. When you see numbers, you can emphasize, like the funds will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor's degree at public universities. Is
Sorry, Miss
as
Ezreena,
they
your line is breaking.
IP. So my line is break
Yes.
Wi-Fi. They auto connect, I think, when we started the session. Is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
All right. Thank you for the reminder. All right. So, where was I again? Was it Lalita?
It's Kalimani.
Kalamani. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
All right. So, Kalamani, you work on your voice projection, and your pronunciation. Then you will be better. I look forward to see your video participations in the competition, I hope. Am I breaking or the other way?
Still breaking,
No,
ma'am.
you're
But
not.
it's okay. I got it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Maybe I can have one more to try.
Yes. Haris.
Haris, would you like to try, Haris?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Okay. Hi.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I couldn't open my camera. There are some technical difficulties.
I wonder what is the technical difficulties is. Usually, my technical difficulties is because I don't use makeup. So, what's yours?
Yeah.
You don't use makeup.
No, 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 no. I didn't. I didn't use makeup. No.
Then how am I supposed to know you are handsome or not? I want to check.
No. Actually, I'm using my mobile data. So whenever
Ah,
I the camera, my line will be slow and will be breaking.
okay. So I heard this situation before. So if you guys are using your mobile data on the phone, then the quality will be down, is it?
Yeah. When you turn on the camera, like it will consume more of your data. So
Ah, okay. Sorry, I wasn't aware of it. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's have you reading the news.
okay.
Are you ready?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Where should I start?
The first introduction, the intro. Can you see the scripts, or you have your script with you?
No, ma'am. Unfortunately I don't have the script with me.
Okay, no problem. Maybe we can help him to scroll to the first two lines. Is it? Can we have the scripts on the first two paragraphs first?
Sorry, Miss Ezreena. Diana is working on it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Miss Diana, to trouble you so much.
Okay, Miss Ezreena, can you please repeat that again? Which one?
Can you scroll up a little bit so we can see the first two paragraph, the beginning one? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Haris. Anytime when you are ready.
Okay, and ma'am, do I have to read the last paragraph?
No, you can scrap the last paragraph. It's too long.
Okay, ma'am. The National Higher Education Fund Corporation, PTPTN, has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment WPP to public higher learning institutions or IPTA students in the October intake. The funds will be benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor's degree to at public universities. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of their expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. This is also to ensure that no students fails to enter higher learning institutions due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they applied for admission to higher learning institutions via UPU Online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardian must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN.
All right, good job, Haris. Good job. Nice. Very sharp and precise, very brief. Your voice, your intonation, your pausing. Okay, good job. All right. So what you can do is, since I cannot see how you look like or your facial expression, you practice your facial expression in front of the mirror and by presenting it. Okay. So then I hope it will help you to record a good video to enter for the competition.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much,
All
ma'am.
right. No problem. Thank you for trying. Is there anyone else who would like to try, or I can move on to the next slide
Miss Ezreena,
before?
maybe we can have one more. Nur Iza.
Sure, no problem at all. Thank you all for trying. I really appreciate it.
No, Nur Iza, are you there? Okay, yeah, she's here.
May I start? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, Iza. All right. Anytime you're ready.
Yeah. The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will be offer over 35 million ringgit worth of Learn Advance Payment (WPP) to public higher learning institutions or IPTA students in the October intake. The funds will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor's degree at public universities. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to hear part of their expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. This is also to ensure that no students fails to enter higher learning institutions due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they applied for admission to higher learning institution via UPU Online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN.
All right, Iza, thank you for trying to read the news. Okay. Do you feel better after trying it out, or you still feel nervous?
Actually, I have speech plate, which is pelat.
Okay, but you don't sound any pelat words. I don't hear anything. It was a good one.
I'm sorry for the interruption. Many people
sorry?
watch me.
Sorry?
I'm so sorry. My father and mother were watching me.
Oh, hi, auntie and uncle.
Thank you.
Okay, now, well, if you say you have a problem, I don't hear any problem at all. And that you are very brave for trying it out. So give a pat on your back for, being very brave today. Now, what can I help you is that I really would like you to do much better by focusing on how to improve your voice projection. If I have this one technique, if you really do it, if anyone else who has a small voice who wants to transform your voice, I do have the technique how to make it your voice even bass or bigger. All right. So now, but the exercise is quite funny. It's quite embarrassing to do. So it's okay if you don't want to do it in front of the camera. I would understand that. But let me see. Do we have anyone trying? Do we have anyone else trying? Or the last one? Oh, we still have new one, is it? Okay, before we go to the next person to try, Iza, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to share you and everyone else with the right technique how to make your voice even bigger. And one of the things that I would like you to practice on is to pronounce the word. If you feel it's hard, you slow it down. But you slow it down with intonation. For instance, like PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of their expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. So you take time and just ignore the problem that you said you face. Okay? I really want you to do well in your video. All right? Would you do that for me?
Okay.
Okay, Isa. Thank you. Thank you for your effort. Can I have one person to try? And before I unveil the secrets to have a big voice.
All right. Miss Ezreena, can we have Elvia? Elvia
Yes,
Arang.
please. I cannot say no to you, Miss Ambiga.
Oh, so
Hello.
sweet of you.
Hello. Can you see
Hi.
me? Hello.
Now I can. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name
Uh,
again? What was it?
my name is Olivia. I'm from Polytechnic Kuching, Sarawak.
Okay. Hi, Olivia. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Would you like to try it out? I can see you're already
Yes.
in your presenter mode already.
I'm really excited to actually have a decent greeting to you. Like,
Oh, I'm excited as well. I'm glad that you're wearing just like what I'm wearing. Yay. High five. Okay. Now, over to you.
okay.
Do you need the scripts to be on the first paragraph?
Yes, please.
Okay, maybe Miss Diana can help again to scroll it up a bit. Thank you so much. Oh, that's the exercise.
Uh,
Okay, do the
yeah.
A-I-O-U.
Uh, okay. Uh, I'll start. The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment (WPP) to public higher learning institution of IPTA students in October intake. The fund will benefit 23,487 students will pursue their bachelor degree at public university. PTPTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of expenses as they prepare to enter IPTA. This is also to ensure that no student fail to enter higher learning institution due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who had agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they apply for admission to higher learning institution via UPU online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardian must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients, um, fulfill the criteria fixed by PTPTN. That's it for me.
All right, good job. Nice. I can see that
Thank
you really
you.
put effort in this. I appreciate your effort. Thank you. So,
Thank you so
wow,
much.
for someone that looks very cute over there, you have a deep voice. Was it like that, or you practice and make it bigger? How?
I practice a lot, but I usually sound like this.
Ah, okay. So that's a bonus for you. So what you can do is trying to learn how to make it more dynamic by putting some intonation. So you can have a various of how to end the words like IPTA or IPTA or IPTA, something like that. So hard. So then you have no problem to improve your voice. You already have that in you. You already have your style. You read like you're reading the news. I like it. And I think, well, just a few times to practice and off you go. No problem at all.
Thank you so
Just
much, ma'am.
don't stop practicing, okay? You will never know.
Thank you.
You might be one day. Everyone here might be one newsreader one day. And please do not be sombong with me, okay?
Oh no, no, would never. Thank you so much, ma'am. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you. Okay. Do we have anyone else?
Yes,
Everyone is
Miss
so good.
Rania. Yes, Miss Ezreena, there's one more.
One
I guess
more.
this will be the last one. Nivan.
Yes, miss.
Okay, for the one that did not have time to try today, please take all these advice and techniques and try to apply it. Okay, I'm sorry I cannot look at everyone how I wish I can, but I hope you will take the practice, take the advice and the techniques to make it a better sounding news reading for you. Okay, please do not be kecil hati, or it's okay, I don't need to do that because she doesn't call me out. No, I would like to call everyone out if I can. Okay, so now can we have the next one?
Yes, miss. I'm sorry, I couldn't open my camera because my voice will break.
Okay, no
Some,
problem, no problem. I understand now. Okay,
okay.
Ni one, is it? Okay, is it?
Yeah. Can I have the introduction part?
Okay, maybe Miss Diana can help again. She's our teleprompter now. Thank you, Miss D.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Shall I start now?
Yes, anytime you're ready.
Okay. The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PT-PTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment (WPP) to public higher learning institutions or IPTA students in the October intake. The funds will benefit 23,487 students who will pursue their bachelor's degree at public universities. PT-PTN in a statement said the allocation of 1,500 for each student is to bear part of the expenses as they prepare to enter the IPTA. This is also to ensure that no students fails to enter higher learning institutions due to financial hardship. It said the WPP is given to Malaysian students who have agreed to accept the loan advance payment when they apply for admission to higher learning institutions via UPU Online or the IPTA. Their parents or guardians must be Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR recipients and they fulfill the criteria fixed by PT-PTN.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, you read like you're reading the news already. What? I don't have to teach anyone over here. You guys, I think, already know how to do it by now. So
Thank you,
congratulations,
Miss.
Niwan. You sounded different when you were speaking to me, and you sounded different when you were presenting the news. I like that because you have like a different personality for when you're like switching it on, just present the mode, then off you go. So that was a good one, right?
Thanks for the
Is it is
opportunity.
that is that your norm? Is that your voice like that, or when you read it, do you have to make a voice, a different voice, or how is it?
Yes, Miss. I used to make the voice when I read it.
But do you feel tiring after some time? Because when we are trying hard to make the voice, so it's tiring sometimes, or it's okay.
Yes, it was tiring at the first, maybe
Mhm.
previously when I first tried it, but now I'm used to it.
Okay, that's good. All right, keep it going. So just try to improve here and there about the intonations and all. So the rest are everything are okay. Will I see you in the competition?
I hope so, Miss.
I hope
Thank
so.
you, Miss.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Niwan, for the effort. Okay, do we have anyone else, or we can move to the next agenda.
Miss Ezreena, I think we can move on to the next agenda.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Amiga. Well, everyone, congratulations for all the effort. A for you. Wow. I hope that those who are not trying, please do it at your own home with all the notes that we have given, and please try. And if you have a problem for a voice projection, for instance, I would like to show you this one technique that really works. Okay, now maybe we can, maybe Miss Diana can help me to move back to my slides and show me the slide with the exercise. Okay, next one after that. Okay, this one. This exercise actually works for me, so I would like to share with you, because previously, back in a few years back, before I was reading the news, someone told me about this exercise. The coach shared with me this exercise. How you do it is, it looks so ugly. You don't want to do it in front of everyone else. But what you can do is, do you know the Baba black sheep? Baba black sheep, all right? But this time, what you have to do is, you have to stick out your tongue, like in the picture. I'm not going to do it in front of you because I'm shy, but you have to do it, seriously. Especially, I want to, Iza and Shazlin, you have to do this exercise with me now. I want you to try the exercise, and then you read a paragraph and see if we have a different. Okay? So really try it. It's embarrassing. Don't do it in front of your family, or if you can run away from them, or do it on your own. But really do it, because it will help. Trust me. So what you do is, you stick out your tongue like that. Do not record this on me, please. And then you baba black sheep, like you humming the baba black sheep. Like for instance, I'm afraid you might record, so I'm gonna close it like that. But I'm gonna do it, so you're gonna hear my voice like. It sounded so ugly, I know, but the ugly thing works. So please, if you can, do it with me. And you can read the thank you for the love. It's so embarrassing, but I want you to have this because it really works. So if not, my voice will always be like, Baba black sheep, have you any wool? So it doesn't sound it right. So if I do the exercise, which I did every single time, especially on my day that I have to read the news, I will do this in the car when I was driving. So no one see me because of the tinter, and no one can hear me because of the radio. So it helps. So what you do is finish the song. Baba black sheep. Can anyone try? Who dares to try with the camera on? Can I have one person to try it out? Fine. Support me on this, please. Can I have, what would you like me to call your name? Or volunteers?
No.
One person only, come on. You don't have to on the camera, just the
Okay,
voice.
okay. Let's try, let's try.
I love it. Thank you, Rizwan. Come on.
I'm not opening my camera.
Okay, no problem. I just want to hear your voice. Okay, now, this is your voice, right?
Yes.
Okay, do the exercise. Do you know how to do it? You stick out your tongue, you tilt up your head a little bit like this, and then
Okay.
you stick it out.
All right.
And you
Okay.
very stick it out, open your mouth, open so big that you can like that.
All right, all right.
Okay, then you hum the Baba Black Sheep until you
All right.
finish. Thank you. Come,
This
let's
one
go.
too. 1, 2, 3. Ba ba ba. See.
You don't have to sing the song, just the like just the melody of it.
Oh, okay.
Just the melody.
Okay.
Okay, deeper. Using the one, using like
The
the diaphragm.
diaphragm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry.
It's okay.
One.
Take your time. Yes, you can. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Eh? I forgot.
Oh, na 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 na.
Why are you laughing?
So funny.
Okay, let's do this together. Whoever doesn't join us, we don't be friend with them. Okay, we don't. Yeah, is their loss. Okay, come Rizal, we do this together. Okay.
Ah,
Okay, who
Man,
wants
I
to
want to
join
join.
with me?
Let's
And
let's
let's
try it.
open the
Let's
me,
try.
mic.
me.
Okay,
I want to
open
join,
the
man.
mic without the camera, no problem. I know it's ugly. Open the mic. Join with me on the count of three. Okay, is everyone with
Okay, let's
me?
go.
Okay, on the
Yes.
count
Go.
of three. Three,
Uh,
two, one, go.
I think we invited Satan to the chat.
I know, right? We are on like a ritual right now. The Saturn will help you to pronounce it. I'm so happy. Anyway, thank you for helping me. Okay, now, if you actually do it right, if you actually do it using your tummy voice, your diaphragm voice, it will actually help you how to pronounce it. You will have your base voice. If you don't get it, because you don't actually open up your mouth so big. So it's very important. It is a very funny kind of exercise, but it's actually working. How I know it happened to me. So if you take this
Ezreena,
serious, yes,
is there a video on YouTube how to do this?
no, there's nothing on YouTube.
Ah,
This is something that is being passed on from my coach. So now, if Rizwan, you have tried the exercise, right? Rizwan,
Yes.
did you die? Don't die yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, Rizwan, can you help me reading a paragraph after you had made that exercise? But really, make it like using your bass voice.
I try. I will try using my
You
bass
can.
voice.
Okay, you sounded better. All right, now. Do you have the script with you? Can you read it on your own?
Which one?
Anything that you can reach on you. Which one you have?
The first script. The first
Yeah,
script.
the PTPTN one, right?
Yes.
Okay, just read the first paragraph for me. You
All
could
right.
do that.
Okay. Test one, two. Test one, two. The National Higher Education Fund Corporation (PTPTN) has announced on Saturday that it will offer over 35 million ringgit worth of loan advance payment (WPP) to public higher learning institutions or IPTA students into October intake.
Well done. Why haven't you volunteered earlier? Where were
Uh,
you?
I had a panic attack.
Okay, I hope you're not panic anymore. Well done. Good job. Okay, that is nice. Okay, now, Rizwan, I know you can do it even better. Later on, when you are free, am I breaking out? Everyone okay?
no,
Okay.
everything okay.
So Ridwan and all of our participants today, and even if our lecturer would like to actually use the practice and use the practice to in your teaching career, you can actually do this at your own time. Practice, do it 1 or 2 times every day. Then you will learn how to project your voice from your diaphragm, and then it become even better every day. So if you do it all the time, the voice will become more natural, so you don't have to do it again to project. It becomes easy for you. So for the first time, probably your voice would be like still high or still pitchy, but over the time, then you will know how to project the voice from within. Okay, I hope you will do it at your own time later. And Ridwan, please keep on practicing. Don't call the Saturn. This practice will help you to project your voice. All right.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for trying with me. Yes, that's the spirit. All right. So another one, I think Mr. Ramzan has shared the AIOU. Okay, this is also will help. These two exercises that I will do every day, especially when I want to be on the air, especially when during the session, I will always practice these two because it really works and it's really easy. Although it's ugly looking, then again, you can do it on your own. You do not have to do it in front of your loved ones. Well, then they are afraid you are calling out for something ritual. All right, it's something so
Summoning Satan.
Satan. Okay, now please keep this and trust me on this, and do this exercise before you read your news in the competition later. Okay, what time is it? It's 3:43.
We use Miss. We
Safra,
use
you're
our
back.
diaphragma, right?
Sorry, your diaphragm, the diaphragm you mean?
Yes, using the AEIOU technique.
Mm-hmm.
Like
The thing is, mhm,
no, I don't want to do it.
you don't want to do it. It's okay. I won't force. I wouldn't force you. But will you promise to do it on your own?
Yes.
Okay. You have a promise with me. You have to do it. Okay. So what you can do is practice on your own and try to read something like a news article after that. Like I've given all of you the example. So try the exercise and try to read the news. So you can see a little bit different from your normal voice. Then slowly it becomes natural. And at the end of the day, you can use the voice later in job interviews, in your work careers, in your presentations. So people will take more serious of you because you sounded more professional. All right. Um, so now I'm going to. Has anyone else would like to raise any questions or issues or matters before we move on to the next before we actually finish? I do have some slides to share, just a short one and a video. So if anyone would like to ask a question, this is the time to do so. And anything else that before I forgot what to raise the matters.
Wait, it's almost over.
This is
I
almost over. You don't
oh
want to be you don't want to be over.
no.
Oh, you that's flattering. Thank you. Tafura.
Yeah.
Okay, now I would like you all to look at the next slide. Okay, what I have here is another video that I would like to share with you all. Okay, later in the competition that Miss Sari probably would be sharing with you the guidelines and the rules and regulations. So I was briefed that you will have to produce a short video, a news bulletin. One is hard news, one is soft news. So in this video, I've cut a video for you that shows the introduction of the news presenter, as well as the hard and soft news and the conclusion. Okay, in the video, it is from the Nightline that I took for the example. So correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Ree or Ponjumi or Miss D or anyone. That's the video that they will have to produce, right? The soft and hard news later in the competition. I assume I'm right. Anyway, so in the video, you will just see the example. So at least you will have an idea what to do about it, how to do about it, what is going to be inside the news. So let's take a look at the video and then we can discuss further. Thank you, Ms. D, for playing it for us.
It's midnight and you're watching Nightline with me, Anita Wu. The top stories. Malaysians may finally get to travel abroad from December, says Prime Minister. And 47,000 students return to face-to-face school sessions. begin with this headlining story. Malaysians can look forward to travelling abroad for leisure by December once 90% of the country's population have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The assurance was given by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob in a special interview published by a local daily, Mingguan Malaysia, on Sunday. The Premier was quoted as saying during a special interview with senior newspaper editors at the Parliament complex recently that the government might even loosen the international travel restriction much sooner, given the country's vaccination rate is close to reaching the target. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri also said that the approval for overseas travel could even be given along for interstate travel, which is expected to be announced by him very soon once full vaccination in the country passes the 90% mark. He added that this would be among the benefits to be rolled out for fully vaccinated individuals. The Prime Minister also revealed the government was in talks with Singapore to allow Malaysians to commute to the island republic from Johor for work following the suspension of the Malaysia-Singapore Reciprocal Green Lane programme. As technology continues to revolutionize the world, digital artists are now able to present their artwork faster and more cost-efficiently to the public through non-fungible tokens, or NFT art. With cryptocurrencies starting to gain public attention, NFT art is currently forming a bubble towards the immense potential of digital art markets. Our reporter, Alif Yunus, has the story.
NFT art is considered as a new trend where people can upload their art on a digital marketplace and sell their art to any interested individuals using cryptocurrencies. In the first 6 months of 2021, NFT art sales recorded 124,188 in sales, causing a surge and new trend in the world of art. Some believe NFT art can give a breath of fresh air in the art business in Malaysia.
I personally think that NFT can actually change people's perception towards the world of art, especially in Malaysia, because globally speaking, there are people out there who would buy your artwork for thousands of dollars. Artists and future artists also will be more motivated to create more artwork. This also includes artists who do traditional artwork. They can actually sell their physical artwork as an NFT.
However, people are still wondering whether this transformation in the digital art business will affect the traditional art industry.
This, I believe, is a misconception because when it comes to NFT, it does not mean to replace existing art scenes. There's a huge potential for conventional artists. Instead of only relying on physical arts, they also can venture into digital art, which is it can opens up more use case. It will open up more visibility towards their creation.
Although NFTs are getting attention in the future world of art, it still raises the question on the form of the art itself, as most NFT art pieces are in digital form compared to the conventional ones. While NFTs are having a huge impact, questions for their art world application are starting to rise. Having said all this, only time can tell whether this hype and demand of NFT art will be just a fad or a thing in the future. Alif Yunus reporting for Nightline TV3.
That's it for Nightline this time around. We leave you with this majestic aerial view of the autumnal transition taking place in Utah, United States, where leaves burst into color of burnt reds and oranges. I'm Anita Wu. Thank you for tuning in, and be well, Malaysia.
Alright, that's an example that you can refer when you are making your video later, how you want to do the introduction, how you want to do the closing for the newsreader, or what kind of stories you can put in, what kind of hard stories, what kind of soft stories, or would you like to inject more creativity, like you're putting like a reporter reports in the story. So it depends on you. All right, I think there's a guideline, and we wait for the brief. But the video can also be referred. I also have the scripts for you guys to refer. Maybe later on Miss Ree can share in the Telegram, so you can have the scripts and check on the video. So what I like is that you have the scripts and the video as a reference, so it's easier to refer like that. If I just give you the script, then you cannot see what's actually I'm telling you about, so the video will help you to visualize, and the script will help you how to write your own scripts later, or you can just do it and adopt the scripts and depending on what you want and what you plan to do. So the next slide is when we say hard news topics or soft news topic, I think you can choose along according to this segment. Like the hard news, usually about international news, political news, business and economic news, or health and education news. So for soft news, you have entertainment or celebrity news, lifestyle news, arts and culture news, just like now you look at, and sports news. So you can choose one from each segment. And if it's entertainment, what kind of entertainment? But the entertainment has to be something that beneficial for the audience, because we are doing news. So news is something that is serious. It can also be in the form of entertainment, but entertainment in a sense of it's not like entertainment like too light. It has to have the news scent. For instance, if I may give example for entertainment, probably something like you for instance, let me see, entertainment for news, probably something like you enjoy if you want to do like a jet ski kind of activity, for instance. It's more like and then but then it will help you to benefit, like in the health kind of situation, something like that. So it cannot be entertainment more like music kind of entertainment per se. It has to carry a weight and give benefit for the people. All right. And sports news, and depending on which topic that close to your heart. Okay, so now is everyone okay now? Everyone is sleepy already? Well, we are getting almost towards the end, so don't give up on me yet. I want to show you the next slide. What you can do to use. I'm not sure whether you are familiar with the video editing software and how you edit your videos. I'm not really sure how you participate in a competition before, or have you participated in a competition before. So if you don't, and if you have, these are some of the videos that you can use to edit your videos. I am a regular user of InShot. It's free, but if you want to have more additional like features, you have to purchase and buy pay for it. I think monthly or yearly. I'm not sure. So it depends. So if you are using an Apple iPhone, you can have the iMovie for free, Splice, Lightworks, and Movie Maker for Windows. So maybe you are more familiar on this compared to me, because I'm a older generation, right? So what do I do know about editing and software? So use what is best for you. And talking about the next slide, teleprompter. Like I think who was it asking yesterday on the teleprompter? What kind of apps that we can use to help to read the news without actually looking at the scripts, like on paper or something. So there are teleprompter applications that you can download. Maybe you can move on to the next slide. All right. So this one I've never done before, because I never done teleprompter on my gadget or on my mobile or iPad before. So I've Googled for you, and these are some of the free apps that you can download, like Teleprompter Mirror for the web-based, SpeakFlow, it's a voice-activated teleprompter to scroll, but I'm not sure if it works on Malay language, but maybe it can help for English. So SpeechWake is good for Android, and you also have Prompt Smart Lite. This one is free, as they say. And for those who have iPad, actually the iPad has the teleprompter built in. So I just found it yesterday. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So you can check it out on Pages. The application, the apps Pages actually can work like a teleprompter. So this will help you to read the news like you are a pro. Now, so you have the video editing part. Okay. Before I go on with my final video, may I have anyone to ask me anything based from our sessions before? Yes, Rizwan, can I help you? I'm so sad that we're almost over.
Miss, my question, what
Yes.
should we refer ourselves from? Like the previous said, here we welcome to Nightline. Here I'm Li Wu. So
What can you
what should we refer ourselves from? What organization?
Okay,
The
so I'm
beginning.
not sure whether you are going to pretend like you are having your own television station or something. So if you have to make one, probably you can say that, "Hi, I'm from TV5. You are watching with Rizwan," or something like that. 99 is a midnight news. So if your news is in the prime time, you can say it's 8 p.m. and you are watching. What is your news bulletin? For instance, okay, let's say Poly TV. What was the script again? Let me open it. Okay. Hi, it's sorry. Okay. It's 8 p.m. You are watching Poly TV with me, Rizwan. Something like that. Then you moving on to the headlines. So what are your headlines? Your headlines are the two stories that you are putting in your news. First is a hard story. The second one is a soft stories. Okay. And then towards the end, um, then you conclude your session. You conclude your news. Is that clear?
Yes, crystal clear.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, I'm looking forward to see you sending your entry for the competition.
Miss,
Yes.
the telephone from the apps,
Uh-huh.
does it requires us to pay?
Those that I've shared, they stated it's free. You don't have to pay. So I think you can download it. Depending on which whether you download for your handphone or your laptop. So there are a free version.
Thank you, Miss.
All right. They're always free version. It's just that sometimes they add more. They want you to pay for more feature. So if you're just using it for the teleprompter, then I don't think you have to take more feature. Just use the basic one and it's easier. Okay, any more questions? Everyone is already tired today. Any more questions before we go on to the briefing for the competition? I hope that you guys have a fruitful session with all of us and that we managed to at least get you to be more interested in this industry and that it will help you to produce a better version of news reading for you, and then you're gonna be another round where you can proceed to the semi-final. So all this information and knowledge that will help you in facing the competition, the rounds in the competition. So I've shared all the notes and slides and the videos. So use that during this competition phase, during the competition periods where you can actually benefit and make a good run for you. All right. Okay. So is there more question that I might not manage to raise up the issues? Just a quick question, Miss Ambiga.
Yes, Miss
For
Ezreena.
those who are participating today, are they required or like compulsory to join the competition, or how is it being done? Yeah.
No, but the requirement for the competition would be the participants need to take part in the webinar for both days.
Oh, okay. So just the webinar, and if they want to participate in the competition, they will participate in the competition.
Yes.
Okay. And I hope that everyone will participate in the competition. I would like to see every one of you at least try. At least you would know something that, oh, okay, I can do this. So why not? You're still young. Explore your life. Do it. I hope we wouldn't miss the opportunity. Okay, now, since no one is asking questions, I would like to end my presentation with one video that shows the progress or the transformation of me from day one in Media Prima Berhad and up until this moment. So let's take a look, and maybe you can see that I wasn't born or developed just like that, but it takes some time and practice and training. So there you go. Do not laugh at me when you see me during my uni years. Okay, that was me, the right one. Got it.
It's midnight and you're watching Night.
Alright, thank you for watching with me. I'm Ezreena Wu. Okay, now. Okay, thank you for all the love and thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. So that's my journey, my transformation. Well, I hope you are inspired enough. At least if you don't want to be a news presenter, at least be a better version of you. Use this word, use this knowledge, use this information to make to gain more opportunities in your life. Oh, I feel so sad. Oh my god, such a baby. All right. So before I end this session, can I just get another yay from everyone? Can maybe you all switch on your mic so I know that you are still in front of the PC or phone or laptop? Can I get some yay with me? Like, yay, we did it! Something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, now I can
Let's
see
go.
everyone. I don't feel lonely anymore. Thank you.
Come on, gang.
Thank you, Kin Zikri, Ayla, Susaida,
Wow.
Wan, Bart,
All
Nazira,
beautiful faces.
Wanjumi. These are
Yeah.
only the people that I can see now. I hope I can see more.
You
Ideal.
first.
Sorry. Okay, so on the count of three again, Wanjumi, can we do this? Maybe take a picture or something, record or
Yes,
something?
we are going to record. Is it? Record or take a picture?
Yay!
Take a picture. Okay, take picture.
Take a
Okay.
picture. So when
You want me to
Mr. Yen, we all
count?
look like teeth.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay.
Smile first. I can see you are applying the 45 degrees technique.
She looks thinner now. Slimmer.
Slimmer.
Slimmer, yes.
You are slim, but you want to look slimmer, you know?
True. You want to look better. Okay, picture first, is it?
Picture first? Yeah, first.
Yeah, first.
Picture first. Okay, okay, picture first. Okay. Formal.
Come on.
3, 2, 1. Are we good? Freestyle, freestyle. Oh, freestyle. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Mini love.
No
3,
free love.
2, 1.
I
You
don't
don't know
think
how
you
to
can
do
do it.
it? One more time. Okay, I show you how. Like this.
I
Ding.
think
Money,
you
money,
done
money,
it.
money, 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 money.
Give us some money.
Ding. Yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now.
Jump. Huh?
Okay, jump. Okay, now the video for the Yay,
Yeah.
screaming.
So we're gonna say yeah, like
Yeah.
that with a gaga voice, with a bubble bedsheet voice.
Okay. Okay. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah!
Yay! Okay,
Give a round of
maintain this
applause
position.
for everyone.
Yay!
Yay!
Alright, again. Okay, maintain this position. In this position. Okay, like this. Yay! Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Hold. Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Yay!
everyone.
Good job,
Thank you, Miss
everyone.
Ezreena. You've been lovely.
Thank you, Miss Ezreena. Hope to see you
Thank
again.
you for everything. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
I
stay
pass to
on the
Ambika.
brief, right?
Yeah. Okay, I pass to Ambika. Ambika?
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Meet. Thank you very much, Miss Ezreena, for the input shared in session 6 just now. I believe our participants have gained valuable input from today's webinar that will help them to prepare for the competition. Dear participants, we would like to hear from you.